This is Jesse with another Unboxing Board Games. Today we're going to take a look at Dominion Prosperity. This is the newest and fifth box that we've seen in the Dominion series. Quickly touch base on those previous boxes or sets of cards that we've seen in the Dominion line for those who haven't gotten started with Dominion yet. We have the first original box and the Dominion Intrigue. Both of these are base sets that include the core cards that you need in order to play the game. So if you haven't gotten into Dominion yet and you're interested, pick up one of those two boxes. I would personally recommend starting with the first one, and that way if you decide that you like it, you can ride through the different expansions that the rest of us have enjoyed in order. Intrigue has a little bit more player interaction than the original Dominion, and Seaside introduced players mats, my favorite, the little metal coins, and some duration type cards. This Seaside was the first set that came out that was not a standalone expansion. The next standalone expansion came out earlier this year, Dominion Alchemy. It introduced potion cards that are an additional resource that you need in order to buy some of the cards in this set. Not my personal favorite, but it did change the pace and was a welcome expansion to Dominion. My new favorite is Dominion Prosperity. So let's take a look inside for all of you who perhaps haven't picked up your copy yet. Got a rules manual, and first thing you'll notice is they chose a decent color scheme this time. Got a brief expansion on the preparation for your game setup. They want to include the new colony card and the platinum card for this. They are optional, but you're going to want to use them, especially if you're using a significant number of the more expensive Kingdom cards from this set. This set does include cards with prices ranged from, $3 to $6, but if you start using those higher priced 6, 7, or 8 coin cards, you're probably going to want to include the colony and the platinum just to kind of stretch things out in cost, as so that you're not stuck just saying, well, why would I want to buy a Kingdom card when I can buy a province, which is up until now what everybody's always been after in general. So in this expansion, we've got some coins that they're showing here. These gold-colored coins are the same thing that you got in Dominion Seaside if you have that expansion. These coins will be used with the trade route player's mat. You're going to be placing coins on that player's mat, and this is unlike the player's mat that we saw in Dominion Seaside. This is like a community player's mat because those coins are going to be placed on the victory point cards during the setup of the game, and as those cards get bought from those stacks, you're going to be placing the coin from the stack onto this player's mat, which affects the performance of the trade route, basically how many coins you get from using the trade route. Kind of similar to the pirate ship from Seaside, but a little bit different spin on that. You've also got 3 Kingdom cards, the Bishop, the Goons, and the Monument, that use the victory point tokens. And the first time somebody needs one of those, they're going to select from one of these 8 players' mats, and all 8 of them are different. So it's kind of first come, first serve as far as which one you get to choose. And the artwork is kind of like cropped excerpts from previous Dominion expansions, and well, including this expansion. So when you're playing some of those kingdom cards that use the victory point tokens, you're going to put that victory point token on your player's mat, whichever one you ended up choosing to play with. When you get 5 of these 1-point tokens, you can swap it out for a 5-point. You can see they're slightly different size, but they have the same kind of weight to them that the original gold coins had from Seaside. So that's really cool. I like the fact that they used metal as opposed to just plastic or cardboard tokens. That's really good production quality. You don't see that typically in most games. You do also have a nice overview of each individual card. They kind of go into them in more detail. The game manual also has some additional examples similar to what we started seeing in Seaside. And I've sleeved my cards. I just used the cheap Mayday game sleeves. I know some people will go with something a little more durable, but that works for me just fine. Just to take a quick look at some of the cards, we've got the bank. The bishop. The city. Contraband. Counting house. Expand. And one thing you'll notice as I go through these cards, there's the forge and the goons. The grand market, which is pretty similar to the original market, just costs a little more and gives you some more coins. The horde. King's Court. So like I was beginning to say, one thing that you'll notice as I'm going through these cards is that the artwork, I think, fits together really well. I think I doubled up on the King's Court there. Artwork fits together really well. Some of the artwork in earlier versions of the game, it looked a little cartoony for some of the cards, and then seemed like that didn't really fit with the cards that we were seeing in the rest of the set. But I think the artwork in these cards is top-notch. Oops. There's the watchtower. There's our platinum card. And colony. So the way the game ends in prosperity, you've still got your 10 kingdom cards. So as the kingdom cards run out, if you run out of 3 stacks, the game ends. If you run out of province cards, the game ends. And now the new victory condition is if you run out of colony cards, the game's going to end. So the game plays pretty similar to the original Dominion expansions, but with that added selection of higher cost cards, I think it improves on the original excitement that you get when you play the Dominion game. So I definitely recommend picking up Dominion Prosperity if you've enjoyed any of the previous Dominion expansions. So that's another Unboxing Board Games, Dominion Prosperity.